Welcome back to the original box set Shadowrun podcast. We're back with Odysseus as he navigates the complexities of toxic relationships. He's convinced Jessica Lucciano that they need her husband's help to keep her safe. The problem? Lucky Nick still thinks she's dead. Odysseus has to tread carefully as he decides how much to tell Nick about Jessica's rescue, particularly in the days afterward when it was just the two of them. Our GM is Max, and Odysseus is played by John. We hope you enjoy listening.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Original Box Set's Shadowrun game. Today, it is myself, Max, the Game Master, and with me I have John, who plays Odysseus.
Hello, everybody.
Today's game session in Shadowrun is mostly about Odysseus' downtime. He has a lot of side ventures that are going on with him, and we're going to go ahead and start off with getting a little caught up with what's been going on with Odysseus. So we know that he's had a recent change in his love life structure. And he's got a lot of things going on with people that he's met. He's made friends. He's made enemies. So let's go ahead and turn it over to John so we can find out what's going to be happening tonight.
Oh, man. Well, tonight, I have to have a heart-to-heart with Lucky Luciano and explain to him that his dead wife is not dead. She's perfectly alive and well, and Gears and I rescued her, and she doesn't want to spend the rest of her life with him anyways. I'm going to save that for her, though, because that's not my business.
Sounds good.
Yep. And hopefully I survive the night, because Lucky's got a mean streak.
Yeah, he does. And a lot of bullets and friends.
Yeah. Mainly I'm worried about the friends more than I am the bullets, because he has a lot of friends, and I couldn't possibly kill them all.
Understood. All right. You were at a safe house that you had purchased, and it was... Oh, let's slide over to the map. It was a safe house down in Fort Lewis that you had rented from using Sunny as a contact. And
yes.
The place was rather nice, and that's where you and Jessica were holed up at. So do you want to start from there?
Yeah, because that's where we left off.
All right.
That's a good place to start. All right, so let's see. I got back from what was the lawyer's name? It was Deborah. I got back from her place. It was nighttime. I'll let the night pass, and then I'll get in touch with Lucky in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah, because from what I know of him, he's kind of a nightlife kind of guy. Yeah, so I don't want to interrupt Lucky's good time that he's having this evening.
Okay.
That I assume he's having. I don't know. I do have his contact information, though, right? Oh, I sure hope so.
You know what? I don't know.
No, I don't think that we ever have actually contacted each other directly.
No.
It was always, because it was, even when we picked up Lino, it was tell Sunny, and Sunny will tell Lucky.
Yes.
Okay.
So you are at a impasse with this solving of this problem.
Yeah. You know what? I think I'll ask Jess. If anyone that I know knows how to get in touch with Lucky, it's her.
All right. She will say, yes, I can get a hold of him. I have maybe a few of the numbers. I might know them. I could guess. I know where he might be, where he might hang out. And she rolls her eyes. Gambling, drinking, smoking, womanizing.
Okay. Well, I'm not entirely sure that her reaching out to him would be the best idea. So I'm going to use whatever information she can come up with to try and contact him myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I just want to point out, you are going to start doing something to find Lucky. What is this something that you're going to be doing? She's probably going to tell you a number she thinks might reach her. Like I said in the previous session, she only had one phone number memorized, and that was Deborah's, because Deborah was like a mother to her.
Right. Right. So, she, I guess she doesn't have a number directly for him, but it's going to be kind of like a search that I have to go through to find him based on the information. A little bit of investigation.
She can tell you where places he hangs out, and then, you could use that information to do things.
Okay. Yeah, that seems good.
Alrighty then. She will tell you about Leith Furniture. It is a furniture store that is actually a front for a small gambling house.
Okay, you said Leith, like TH?
Yes, Leath. Okay.
Excellent.
And she will tell you that in Tacoma, there is a place that does lawn care that is another place where he peddles his business out of. And she thinks for a moment and then says, it's called Lawnscape Garden and Maintenance. It's rather a cheesy name, and their symbol is a palm tree and a flamingo.
All right. Is Lucky from Florida? Or is he just like...
She says he has a fascination with Florida. Always talked about going there.
I don't know. From what I know, it's a hot place. I don't want to be there.
She likes to swim in the water because she liked getting down to the islands more than she liked Florida.
Oh, like the Keys or the Caribbean?
Well, in her mind, in her face, you'll see a bit of perplexity because she thinks they're the same thing. So her yeah isn't a yes to both of them. It's a yes, they are the same thing. The Keys and the Caribbean. But, you can kind of get that by staring at her and realizing, oh, yeah.
Well, to be fair, that's kind of meta-knowledge. I don't know if Odysseus would be that knowledgeable in geography of southeastern United States.
True. What's his logic?
A 3.
Maybe.
Meh. Okay.
Alright, the last is he runs a sports arena / eatery called Jumbo Sports, and you have heard of Jumbo Sports. The Jumbo Sports restaurants, there's a few of them, and they're all about big food while watching games.
All right. Well, does Lucky like to gamble first thing in the morning, or does he like to go to one of the other two earlier in the day so he can get some work done first?
He generally will go to one of his restaurants that he fleeces for money so that he can get a free breakfast. And then after that, and his breakfast is usually around 1 or 2 in the afternoon.
Okay.
But the Jumbo Sports that's in Renton, off of 575, ran by Pando, is probably the one he hits up because it's not too far from his place in downtown.
Okay. And the Lawnscape Garden and Maintenance was in Tacoma?
Tacoma.
Okay. And Leith Furniture, where was that? What part of town?
Northern end of downtown.
Okay.
She will tell you that she remembers the Lawnscape place is run by a fat orc by the name of McGuire. She's an asshole.
All right. McGuire. All right.
And Leith Furniture is run by a guy named Jack. And she likes Jack. Jack treats her well.
Okay. Jack, McGuire, and Pando. Well, since I'm always up earlier than 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I guess I'll go out and run some of my personal errands, like stop by.
Real quick, I need to pause you for a second. We're going to change, because I'm looking at NPC names, we're going to change the Leith Furniture guy from Jack to Nicky.
Okay.
It's going to be much more Italian sounding that way.
Yes. Yeah, because I don't think there are any Jacks in Italy.
We just need a nice Italian name. Genovese. All right. There we go. That solves that problem. That way there's not too many confusing... Because, I mean, if several NPCs all have go by the same name, it becomes confusing. So let's just avoid that.
Right, definitely.
All right.
Yeah. So, I need to go by your beer garden, check up on the place, make sure there's not any shenanigans going on.
Mm-hmm.
And, maybe see if Hans knows anyone that are knowledgeable about magical creatures and or beasts or whatever they are.
All right.
And, yeah.
He's a fixer, right?
Yes.
I'm looking for where I scribbled his notes down at. Here we go.
It's okay,
What's his connection?
It is a 5.
5. All right, his logic is a 3, and so he will be able to... Knowing people who know anything about magic and magical critters.
Mm-hmm.
That's just going to be that's going to be a charisma plus etiquette. He has charisma, but he doesn't have the etiquette in the magical field. His connection allows him to reduce on... Let's see, what was it? That's right. Connection adds to their social limit. So, I think his social limit is probably 5-ish, 6-ish. So it makes it 11, but he doesn't have that many dice to work with. So let's go ahead and get our dice roller up. Change over the necessary functions. He's looking at maybe 5. I'll give him an extra 2 dice from just his general presence of who he is. Let's see if that works out. 2 successes. No knowledge of magical critters and people who know anything about magical critters is outside of his forte. He doesn't know any magic users or anybody who twiddles their fingers and has crazy crap happen, and would point you to say, he would tell you to go speak to somebody that you know that twiddles their fingers. And in fact, he's only met a mages or spellcasters, as far as he knows, 3 times in his life. And he's only seen one really casting magic, and that wasn't on the television.
Yeah.
So for him, he's like, I don't even know if they exist.
Okay.
Your options is to get a hold of Pollux, or maybe Jessica's friend Mary. Those are the first 2 that pop in my mind. You could also think about reaching out to a university.
Yeah. I don't know. Mary, I didn't feel the impression that Mary was, like, super knowledgeable about stuff. But, oh, wait, she disappeared. Yeah.
That's right. Jessica wants to go find her, too.
Oh, okay.
Remember that? So maybe, hey, gives you something to do.
Oh, man. Yeah, hopefully she's not in pieces like Deborah was.
I remember your comment, I'm going to feed the fish. And I said, there's an ear in the fish tank. And you said, I'm not going to feed the fish.
Yeah. Oh, man. They couldn't have been hungry. There was stuff to nibble on. All right, well, I'll go ahead and, while I'm at your beer garden, I'll ask Hans just to make sure that, there hasn't been any trouble since the last time I was in. I guess that might have been a couple of days ago. No, it was.
Hans is a good friend, and you're asking him questions that he's like, That doesn't mean Hans doesn't know how to find people, because that's part of being a fixer. he might not know a mage, but he knows people who knows people, and so he might be able to send you down the line. So that's something that just popped into my head. Your fixer is the function of the fixers to find you people and things and jobs. They are your go-to for the majority of everything that you would want. So if you want, we can rewind a little bit and we can go from there, or we can continue forward on the course of action of hunting down Mary.
Yeah, let's rewind a little bit and see if we can find somebody else first.
Because
Mary's not high on my priority list, so I don't know Mary like that.
Right. Okay. Alrighty then. We are going to take a step back, and Hans will say, I don't know anyone personally, and I've never met a mage. I've met like 3 mages in my life, and only saw one cast spells. That wasn't even on television. But that doesn't mean I can't get a hold of some people. If you give me a little bit of time, I can make some phone calls and see if I can find somebody who's maybe a professional.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Let me know when you find something, if you do, and how much it'll cost to meet the person.
Yeah. So about cost, and I don't want to be that guy, but when I helped find Detective O'Halloran, I was promised a little cash up front, and you were busy. There was some drinking, a lot of talking, all that stuff happened. O'Halloran got some money. I'm going to need some money to hunt some people down, too. I mean, you're taking care of the bills for this place. I don't want to really make a more deal about this, but I'm going to need some money up front to kind of hunt some people down.
It's all right. I completely understand.
Because my slush fund is more like a cup of water right now.
Well, how much do you need to get started?
Give me about 1,500, and that will take care of finding people.
Sorry, I'm checking my funds real quick. I mean, I know that I have enough. Okay, yeah. Do you need that in cash?
I'd prefer it. It makes things work better.
All right, I'll run up to my apartment and grab it out of the mattress.
Okay. What do you think the interest return, the compounded interest on that mattress is?
Pretty low. Pretty low. I'm pretty sure I lose money to that mattress. Oh man.
All right. He'll get started on that. So.
Excellent. I'll let him get to it. I'll probably eat something and have a beer before I leave.
That was some damn good dice rolling. It looks like it's going to take him about 3 hours to find a person for you with the money and his dice rolls he just made. So,
I mean, money is an excellent lubricant, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just pay him every time he needs to make a dice roll.
Sure, he'll be happy about that.
So just to check in, what day of the week is it? It only matters because I know that Polly, the potential werewolf, likes to go to Howl at the Moon on Friday nights.
That's right. I don't think it's Friday. I think when you were at the Howl at the Moon getting your favors done, it was like a Wednesday. Or was it Saturday? But it's definitely not Friday. So it was
definitely Saturday that I was there last.
Yeah, so you've got a few days.
Okay.
And whenever you need it to be Saturday, you can have it be Saturday.
You mean Friday?
Yeah, Friday.
Okay.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
I gotcha. Oh man. Okay. Well, I guess I'll let Hans work it out and burn some time if it's not already close enough to breakfast time. And I'll head over to oh gosh. I didn't write the name down. The sports place.
Jumbo Sports.
Oh, Jumbo Sports. Yeah, sorry, I did write the name down. I just didn't capitalize it, so it didn't register as a name to me.
Ah.
Yeah, I'm old school. I like to capitalize my proper nouns.
Oh.
All right, so yeah, I'll just burn some time until it's probably around noon, and I'll head to Jumbo Sports.
Okay.
See if I can find me a Lucky Luciano.
Do you want to take Jessica with you?
No, absolutely not. She is gonna stay at the safe house, and with my spare gun. And I told her that I will actually call next time, or this time when I'm coming back, so I don't get shot. Not that it matters, because she's just going to be on the couch watching TV with the gun not near her anyways, so.
Yeah. It's not like she's going to take advantage. She doesn't. She's almost as... Man, how would I say it? She's almost as oblivious about how reality actually works as Lucky is.
Oh, man. Yeah. I should have taken pictures while I was at Deb's so I could show her what real life is like.
Oh, God, no. That would be terrible.
This is what people like your mother do to other people.
All right, 1 second. Let's see. What do we got going on here? You wanted to do what again? Go to Jumbo Sports. So time's passed, and you want to head to Jumbo Sports to see if you can't catch up with him while he's getting some breakfast.
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun.
But definitely not sneak up on him.
No, that would be... I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, I'm okay if he's surprised to see me. I just don't want him to be surprised and then, like I startle him and he jumps and shoots me or something.
You have a few seconds. Those amazing guns that he has hidden up his sleeves, they take a couple of seconds to actually pop out.
Oh, good.
All right, Jumbo Sports opens around noon. It is a family eatery, but it focuses on the male ego, athleticism, and large portions of food. If you buy a jumbo burger, and it is a really large burger, you also get a beer for free. And if you're underage, you don't get a free beer, and you sure as heck don't get a free soda. But if you are of age, you get a free beer along with your jumbo burger. And if you get the double jumbo burger, you are guaranteed free refills all night with that beer. The double jumbo burger weighs in at 5 pounds. So all their portions are immense. And they talk highly about the fact that most of their meat is at least 30% real.
Oh, man. But does any of it come from McCoyle's? I've seen what that place looks like on the inside.
They do say that they have locally grown potatoes for their French fries. So they say that's real. As well as carrots. Their buffalo sauce is made in Buffalo. So they've got a lot of stuff going for them, but the soy Weisers run free, and the burgers are large. When you arrive, it is spit like rain outside. The sun's still shining, and the bursts come down every once in a while. So it rains, it doesn't rain. It rains, it doesn't rain. It's raining sparsely. The parking lot is not that full upon arriving at the Jumbo Sports in, Renton? Yeah, Renton.
Yep.
Maybe half a dozen cars in the parking lot, and at least another half a dozen cars near the back of the building. A hedge runs around it, blocking its view from the street, as well as well-decorated fake plastic trees surround the building itself. They don't require maintenance or trimming, so it's better just to have a fake tree. The hedges have that fake plasticky look. Everything looks pretty much generic. A Jumbo Sports can come into an area, lay waste to whatever building's there, and in less than 4 days have an exact replicate Jumbo Sports of the original Jumbo Sports built in its place, fully stocked with wage slaves and what they pass as food.
Is it like like they tear whatever there is down, lay a foundation, and then like bring in like a flat packed building and just put it together like IKEA furniture?
Since you've never seen the magical process take place, that's probably your first guess. The second guess is, of course, wage slave gnomes.
Oh, yeah.
Now, standing outside the front door, there is a man in a nice, worn suit. He's got no hat on, his hair's slicked to one side. He's standing next to the, what do they call that thing? The butt tower. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's where you put your cigarette butts out at.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
What is it? Is butt tower not the right word?
I don't know. I never thought of what they would be called, to be honest.
Well, I wasn't sure to call it a butt tower or a butt receptacle.
You mean like the like kind of like tall, skinny ones that you put the cigarette into the little hole and then it goes down and yeah. I don't know. Butt tower sounds good. I've seen them catch fire before. That's fun.
So there's a man in a somewhat trashy-looking suit. It's dirty. His hair is matted. He looks like he might have been up all night, but he's standing next to the butt tower, smoking a long haul. And that's when you pull up to park. He's definitely checking you out.
Well, I'm gonna park my bike and all that, and as I am approaching him, I'd like to, check and see if he looks like he is carrying any weapons.
Sure. Perception.
Let's see. Yeah. Do I take anything off for the current weather conditions?
1 dice.
Okay. 4 successes.
Yes.
Okay.
His shirt isn't tucked in on the inside, and you can see that there is a pathetically concealed small caliber light pistol. With 4 successes, you'll probably be able to make out the model of it, so I will pick one. 4 successes is pretty damn good. He has a crossbow under his shirt.
A crossbow. That would be impressive.
We will say he has an Ares Lightfire 70.
Okay. Well, I've got my Ares Predator 5 in the back of my belt underneath my coat that, like I do when I'm riding my motorcycle around town. So yeah, I'll just I'll be cool and I'll just walk up to the front. I don't feel particularly like it's necessary to greet him or anything.
Okay.
Or acknowledge him in any fashion.
It's fine.
All right.
When you get close enough, though, he makes several gestures before actually talking. You can see he's about to engage you in conversation. And he has a lot of physical quirks that seem to just kick in as he's trying to maybe work up the muster to say something. But it starts off with he's looking, he nods, he points with a finger, and he makes another gesture, and a leg moves, and he sits there and goes, you ever rode in a Harley? And you have no idea where this conversation is coming from, but he's just out of the blue asking you ever rode a Harley?
No, I only trust my life to German engineering.
You think you've come to the right place.
Okay.
There's already a Gambino falling out the front door. I apologize to anybody that's an insult to, but I'm not going to not use it because mooks, Gambinos, let's just do this.
Oh, he doesn't move into my path or look like he's gonna block the way or anything.
He does move into your path, but only to open the door.
Oh, well, that works for me. I'll go on in.
All right. The place is mostly empty, considering the number of vehicles. The bar area is the most occupied. There's a booth, and people are sitting in it, and it seems everything is orientated around that booth. You can hear Lucky before you see him. As he's yelling at somebody, just shut up, you're talking. And it's bothering me. I'm still trying to eat my breakfast. So you can hear Lucky as you step in.
Okay. Should I do a perception to see if I can tell where he's at before seeing him?
If you want to, but it's pretty evident that everybody is clustered in around the booth next to the bar. No other tables in the restaurant are occupied. All the television trivid are blaring sports everywhere, but everyone is sitting over in that area. I mean, there's not even a family off to one side. It's just, and they stretch the gambit from guys in ratty suits to wearing pinstripe shirts with suspenders on. They look like they just all stepped out of a 1950s gangster movie. Tommy guns should be laying on almost every table. Fedoras, bolos, a nice collection of hats and ties. They all look like they could easily slide off to Sunday school with everything but their language.
Oh, man. Okay. Is it like a seat yourself kind of thing, or is there a hostess?
Hostess will appear out of nowhere, not because she's digital, but because she's fast. And short, cute, blonde, probably right out of high school. Ask you where you would like to sit. Everything is available except for the bar space. It's currently reserved for a party.
I'll gesture over to an area not close to the clustered group of mafiosos, but to where Lucky could see me if his direction was pulled in that, or if his attention was pulled in that direction.
Okay. All right, so the lady will pick up her little organizer and say, right this way, sir. And as you're heading that way, a man, a woman, and 2 children are heading out. The woman says, and I very clearly, we're not staying with those hooligans using that kind of language. And she will voice that directly to the young lady as they heading out.
Okay. Do I hear any coarse language coming from that area?
Yeah. Trek and son of a bitch. I'm not going to go through the list, but there's a list.
Okay. Well, my ears won't fall off, so I'm cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll follow her over to the table.
She'll find you a seat, hand you a menu, says your server will be right with you, and then jets.
I'm just going to look at the beer menu.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm not planning on staying for food. And I don't want a 2.5-pound burger bad enough to get a free beer.
Okay. All right, so where do we go from here?
I'm going to wait for the server to come over.
Uh-huh.
And when the server comes over, I'm just going to order whatever random generic beer of Soyweiser and ask them to also get Lucky. I'm not going to use him by name, but, gesture to him, the guy at that booth.
Uh-huh.
Whatever he's drinking, say it's from me.
Okay.
So that way Lucky will get a drink. He'll see, oh my gosh, that's my good friend Odysseus. And maybe he'll come over and talk to me.
Okay. I'm going to do a perception roll for the guy. Anyways, your server is Arthur. And he seems to have an understanding. You're like, that guy is... He's like, okay, sure. All right, so the drink is served. And Lucky will stand up and begin kind of looking around. And he looks over. And, people are doing their thing. They're eating. He's, shoveling food in his mouth. He's looking at the drink. He kind of stares. The person has to explain it to him more than one time. And then kind of, he looks over his shoulder, and then he looks back over that way. He looks at the guy, and the guy has to point at you a second time. And that's when he leans out, stands up, and looks over, and he can see you. And so he will throw his napkin down onto the table and begin walking over with purpose and intent. Maybe it's that I'm angry kind of look and walk as he's walking that way, but as soon as he comes around to the point where he can get a good look at you, you realize that the bar area is well lit, but the outside booth areas have that dim, crappy lighting so that you can't actually see how filthy the floor is. He sees you. He smiles and says, Odysseus!
I'll get up out of the booth because I assume he's coming in for one of those awkward hugs that he likes to give.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'll reciprocate the embrace.
Yep. He will go so far as to kiss you on both cheeks.
Oh goodness. Okay.
And at that point, the other gangsters will be staring. Who is this guy that comes in out of nowhere? Is there something Lucky hasn't told us? Because he's been grumpy. So you see, as you're hugging, you look past to get a quick glance that you've got the attention of the rest of the room.
Oh, great. Well, I'm not worried about the rest of the room, honestly. So, Lucky, I've got something important to talk to you about.
Hey, why don't you come over and sit with all of us and have something to eat and drink?
I will, but I don't want to talk about it there with them.
His eyes get great big. He's going to make a judge intent. Let's see. Judge intent for him, I think, was only 8 dice. Let me check real quick.
Oh, man.
What? He's not the sharpest tool in the butter knife box.
I mean, it's okay. I think that's way higher than my judge intent, so...
4 success. So he will nod. Yeah. And so he will project to the rest of the gathering. It's okay. This is Odysseus. He works for me. And then he'll put his arm around you, and you can feel where his arm rests across your shoulder, that bit of metallic underneath is where that mechanical apparatus with gun sits. And he's like, let's talk. And so he shifts into business mode.
Right. Okay. Is he taking me somewhere a little more private, or?
Yeah, he walks over to your table where he saw you at,
cool.
And he will have a seat across from you.
Okay. Did he bring his drink?
No.
Oh, damn. Oh, well.
Well, you know what? Yes.
Okay, good. So at least, yeah. I'll have a little bit of...
And he didn't even spill it on you.
Oh, excellent. That's nice of him. Well, Lucky, and I'm talking in kind of a hushed tone, because I don't have one of those fancy noise-canceling things that other people seem to like to bring everywhere. And I don't want to be overheard. So, yeah, I'm talking quietly. But, it's about your wife. She's not dead. And Gears and I had to pull a little bit of an operation to rescue her from a meat grinder. And she needs your help.
Is that where you stopped talking?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to gauge his reaction before I go too far.
Well, he sits down with drink, immediately slides the ashtray over to him as you're starting to talk. It's slowly kind of enunciate. He's got a cigarette out quickly. He's lighting it. He's got those fast reactions. And as you start to talk and you say it's about his wife, he's like, okay, yeah, all right. Maybe this guy's going to say something relevant or, and then he's, because he's also crosses his mind, maybe this guy's going to say, hey, before your wife died, I had a thing with her. Maybe that's good. So all these things are running through that tiny little brain of his. And when you get to the part where you say, she's not dead, he stopped putting the cigarette toward his lips and he's just like, and then when you're just like, we had to save her. And so he's like lowering the cigarette right back down, and he didn't light it enough to just not smoke on it. So the cigarette's actually starting to dwindle back out. Long hauls are notorious. If you light them, you have to drag right off otherwise they don't stay lit. And he's starting to lower it back down. And when you say she needs your help, his eyes get great big, like saucers, like he's about to start tearing up. He's just like, you better not be fucking with me.
Trust me. I would not fuck with you, Lucky.
I was in that car when we left. You were there. You saw the blood. I was there when the doctor said there was nothing he could do. At this time, the server walks up to the table, and as the guy walks up and goes, excuse me, he goes, and Lucky just cuts him off quick and says, you need to fuck off right now. really loud. The server backs off and starts walking away. And she needs my help? I don't understand, Odysseus. You come to me and tell me something that makes no sense. I need you to explain a bit more, because I'm a very confused man right now.
Okay, so technically she did die. However, she was able to get a replacement heart. She's alive. But her mom wants her dead. And I didn't feel it would be right for me to help her get out of Seattle without letting you know, first of all. And I don't feel like I have the kind of connections that you do to help make that happen. But she's not safe as long as her mother knows she's in Seattle or even alive at all.
That was not the direction I expected you to take the conversation. You went in a really well thought. You thought this out, didn't you? All right, so let's see. So playing up on himself. But why didn't she come to me? I mean, she knew I'd do anything for her.
Well, it wasn't actually her that came to me. She had been taken hostage, was being kept at a organ grinder, and her friend actually found me. It was all very rushed. I didn't even have time to get a proper plan together. I just finished up dropping off what was that kid's name? Lino.
You're shitting me.
No, it was as soon as I got back to my place.
You're fucking shitting me. You think that was not a question of what you just said, more like a statement of emotions.
Right. And I would have come to you sooner, but I honestly don't have any good way of getting in touch with you. I was lucky that I, was able to find you here.
One of the other hoodlums will look over. Hey, boss, everything okay? And he snaps, you need to fuck off. You need to get the fuck out of this conversation, because right now, this conversation at this table doesn't involve any of you mooks over there. Go sit, eat your breakfast, and do something useful. Sorry. I love playing this character. Her Draken mom, though? Again? That bitch just doesn't know when to let go. I mean, she fucking robbed me of my money. She trying to kill her. I don't understand. Why does she want to do this to her daughter? I mean, I know she's a bitch and everything. Her mom, not Jessica. Jessica is a very beautiful creature.
So, out of character, I don't know if the right thing to do would be to tell him that Jess is a genetic copy of her mother, and that she only wants to keep her alive for her organs. But I don't have any other response to his question other than to just not say anything or to lie and say I don't know.
Well, so you have one of three choices. Say nothing, say the truth, or lie. Your charisma score is shit.
Yeah. I know that. I know that I'm not going to get away with lying.
Let's go ahead and scrape lying off the menu options here. Other option is, right now, you can see he's winding up.
Yeah.
You've seen him enough times to watch how he acts and handles situations, so you can definitely tell he's winding up. So your option is you could try using the truth to diffuse him and hope that it doesn't wind him up even farther. Or say nothing and let him do whatever the fuck he's about to do.
Yeah, that was my original plan. Was to not respond and just take it as a rhetorical question that didn't need an answer.
Sounds good. He will continue to wind up. Begins bitching under his breath about Jessica. He tries to smoke his now unlit cigarette. He can't thank you enough. He goes from thanking you. You can definitely see it. How I don't want to say that. You're not a professional when it comes to diagnosing people who have mental issues, but this is so visible, the way he acts. 1 minute he's winding up about talking about giving Jessica's mom an Italian necktie, to immediately thanking you for saving her, to being pissed at the cigarette, to turning around and saying, well, I need to see her, is where it all ends up. There's several other things involved in that, but we'll just pretty much tie it up to up, down, up, down, up, down, ends with I need to see her.
Right. Well, she's, I've got her holed up at a safe house down in Fort Lewis.
He'll cut you off immediately. He'll cut you off and say, great, what's the address?
I'll give it to him. Do you want to follow me down there?
Hell yes. She's my wife.
All right. Well, I mean, if you need to wrap up some business here, I can wait.
Oh, no, fuck this. These dreckheads can deal with their own stuff. He will stand up and say, yo, I'm heading out now. I need my keys and my stuff. Come on. And he starts heading back over toward the table. People ask him questions like, hey, where you going? What are you doing? He tells them to mind their own business. He's got stuff to take care of. He tells them, you guys know what you need to do today. I don't need to give you any instructions. Nothing else matters at this point. I have something incredibly important to take care of. He grabs his stuff and begins heading over. Everybody's just like, hey, man, boss, do you need me to go with you? And he's like, no. Until one guy begins following him out. He doesn't even ask, do you need me to go with you? He just starts following. And you've seen this guy with Lucky when you dropped off Lino. He was the guy standing back a distance, leaning against the car. Must be a good person. Lucky doesn't even question his presence. When the guy walks up, he is slightly overweight, heavy, kind of a heavy-set, muscular-looking individual. Gives you a nod. Begins buttoning his shirt up. You can see he's a little bit more cleaner than the rest of everybody. He also doesn't smell like alcohol. Where Lucky does smell like alcohol.
All right. Well, when Lucky went over to get his keys and everything, I would have flagged down Arthur and paid the tab and given him a decent tip for the scolding that he got for coming to the table.
Okay. Just rolled out some cash?
Yeah.
About 20 new yen?
Yeah, since I had to grab some for Hans anyways. I would have taken some extra. Okay. The guy doesn't say anything to me, though, right?
No, he has a wicked smile, though. He smiles at you from ear to ear as he walks past. It's really unnerving.
Can I do a roll to see what the hell that smile's about?
Sure.
Alright, is it Judge Intent?
Yes.
Is that based on charisma or intuition?
Judge Intent is a stat on its own.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's right here. Oh, that's not too bad. I've got it. It's a 7, so let me roll 7 here. And it's not raining inside, so I don't lose any dice. 2 successes.
This is Lucky's backup guy. The guy that Lucky takes into sticky situations. He doesn't have to ask permission. So this guy is like Lucky Jr.
Okay.
So his wicked smile to you is more along the lines of, hello, fellow comrade on the same level of badassery.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna...
Fellow greeting.
Okay. I'm not gonna react to it, because I don't really smile that much, especially not ridiculously.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so I'll head out with him, though. Hop on the bike. Unless Lucky has anything else he wants to say before we leave.
No. He just, well, yeah, he would say, I'm following you. So he'll walk up, unlock the car, begin jumping in. The guy slides into the passenger seat, and Lucky doesn't spare any time to back his car out and get right on your back end.
Okay. Oh, before he, guy number 2 gets in the car, can I do a perception to see what he's carrying?
Yes.
Okay. And I'll do it before we leave the restaurant, so that way I get that 1 extra dice. 4 successes.
A cyber deck.
Oh, okay. So all I have to do is shoot his deck if things go bad.
Yeah, no, he doesn't have any guns on him. He is Lucky's hacker.
Okay. All right, well, that sounds good. All right, so yeah, I'll head down to Fort Lewis to the safe house.
You jump on to 161 and then on to 5, heading toward Fort Lewis. The rain is a nice sprinkle spraying across the highways, getting onto your helmet. The Rain X helps keep it from building up too bad. Lucky does not back off. He stays probably about 5 yards behind you, maybe 7 at most. His sizable Lincoln town car tearing up the road to keep behind you.
Okay. I'll make sure I don't go too fast so he doesn't have to, like, you know, I'm not weaving through traffic or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
For my own safety, more than anything else, because I don't want to, like, skid and then have Lucky run me over.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only a light sprinkle, so you're going to lose 1 dice as far as it goes for driving. You haven't really lost too many, so you should be able to, as long as you can buy 1 success, you're going to be fine.
Yeah, I can definitely buy one.
If you can buy 1, then you don't have to roll, because you only need 1 success to drive in the rain.
Perfect.
You arrive at the base of the tower, apartment building rising up, and Lucky pulls into a spot a few slots away from you.
All right. Yeah. So immediately after I park the bike, I'm going to pull out my comm and call the safe house number.
Okay. Lucky preens himself. The phone rings. Jessica picks up. Hello?
Hey, I'm coming up. I've
good.
got Lucky with me.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me you were bringing him back here.
Well, I mean, it wasn't the plan, but it's what's happening.
She will pause before she... Don't bring him up here. I don't want to see him right now. I'm still very mad at him.
Okay, well, I'm just letting you know that I'm bringing him up there.
You need to keep him down there. Don't bring him up here. I have a gun up here.
So in my head, I'm just like, this isn't my problem. I'm doing good things. This is the way it's happening. I'm helping you. This is it. Okay, well, ready or not, we're in the parking lot. So, are you coming down or are we coming up?
She begins yelling, and you hear the line go dead.
Okay, well, we're coming up then.
Okay. Hopefully that doesn't mean somebody broke in and did terrible things already. You know, I'm pretty sure she just smashed the phone.
Yeah. I mean, that's fine.
Lucky, as you're on the phone, you're a couple of slots away. Lucky's cleaning himself, making himself look good. You know, styling himself, slicking his hair back. He's making himself more presentable for his wife. Here's what's going through his mind. The guy gets out the other side, scratches himself on his rustic-looking facial hair, leans over to the dashboard, makes a little flick, pulls out a 38 special and tucks it in behind, and gives you one of those wicked smiles.
Yeah, these people and their smiles.
And so you guys all pile into the elevator and start riding up. Do you inform him that he's about to walk into a hostile situation, or are you going to keep that a secret?
Yeah, I'm gonna say, let me go in first. She's not terribly excited. That she's kind of a little surprised that this is all happening right now. But yeah, so just let me go in first.
Mr. Confident says, No. Odysseus, you've done more than enough. Just let me walk in. I'll talk to her. Everything's going to be okay.
All right. I'm not going to tell you not to, but I am going to say she does have a gun.
She's got a gun? Jess doesn't use a gun. I even bought her so many guns. She doesn't even know how to turn the safety off.
I showed her how. I don't know if she remembers.
He looks over to the guy in the elevator with you and says, if you see the gun, maybe the thing, maybe just shut it off. It's not a big deal, right? And the guy smiles at both of you. What gun did you leave her?
It is the Colt America. I'm not going to mention the fact that I always leave all of my gear with the wireless off so that people can't hack it.
Well, the Colt America is a perfect throwaway weapon that has no Wi-Fi stuff attached to it.
Oh, excellent.
So he can try to hack whatever he wants, but he cannot hack the bullet wounds.
Yeah, I really don't like the way this guy is smiling. I mean, is he like a older guy, younger guy?
Older guy.
Okay. I don't like the way he's smiling at me, nonetheless. So I'm not going to tell him that he's not going to be able to hack it.
Yeah, he's just going to let him suffer.
Yeah, I mean...
Perfectly fine.
If Lucky gets shot, it's not my fault. I told him that there's a gun in the room.
That's right, you did.
Homeboy didn't hack it. That's not my fault.
You did. You saved her. You and Gears saved her. You've gone above and beyond the relationship you have with this man. So...
Yeah, and I made sure to drop Gears' name so that way he knows that it wasn't just me.
I'm not alone in this. Gears helped too. If someone else is going to get punished, it's got to be Gears. He lives
Gears helped me too.
He lives at 11494 East Grover Park Drive.
Yeah, I don't know if that warehouse has an address anymore. So it's...
Excellent. So, in good Jersey Princess style, getting out of the elevator, you can hear her. She yells from inside the apartment, loud enough that you're probably 40, 50 feet down the hall, around a corner, and you can hear her yelling, and then something break. So, yeah, there's that.
Man. Well, there was no security deposit, so I don't have to worry about not getting that back.
That's where you're wrong, sir. The security deposit was paid by someone else some time ago, and it's all part of the whole kit and caboodle. So Trollface will be talking to you about this later.
Oh, man. Okay.
Why didn't she just use my warehouse as a safe house?
Because it was dirty and had fleas.
No, it didn't. I cleaned it up.
Well,
I don't know what Max is telling you.
The sound of breaking furniture or something glass-like. You remember there were glasses in the house, and maybe like a plant vase or something along those lines. You're gonna have to hear that smash and yelling. Or it kind of revolves around Lucky being a son of a bitch and a couple of other explicitives. The gentleman walking with you guys is playing around and looking at stuff, and he's doing stuff on his little cyber deck. You of course know it's not going to go anywhere. And Lucky reaches out, puts a hand on you, he moves forward, and he knocks on the door.
I'm going to go ahead and unlock it for him.
Okay. You walk up and swipe your little comm link over it so that it unlocks?
Yeah.
Alright, well, he is a smart man, so he will knock first. Let's see, will he knock first or just walk in? No, he wants to surprise her. He's just going to walk in. That's more Lucky's style. Yeah,
Okay.
Lucky is very aware that she doesn't know how to use a gun, but Odysseus explained that he taught her how to turn the safety off. So, the assumption is she hasn't figured it out. He'll knock on the door. Honey bun, it's me, Lucky. And he begins to open the door. You hear the sound of something pinging off it. And she shoots the door. She shoots the wall near the door, which was reinforced as well. If I remember correctly, they reinforced beside the door because that would just be dumb. I have a reinforced door. Pop a hole next to it. So she begins opening fire, and Lucky pulls the door back because it's unlocked. and he's being shot at, and cries out, "Sweet cakes, please, it's me, your husband." And she yells back explicitives about how she hates her fucking husband. And the guy is furiously pushing buttons, trying to figure out what to do next. Trying to do something. And how many bullets does the gun have?
Oh, it has 11.
All right. Well, at this point, you've counted up to 5. 6 and 7 come within the next barrage of insults.
That's all I'm doing is standing where I know there's like an armor plate between me and her shooting, and just counting the number of rounds. I'm trying not to laugh at the guy who's struggling to find the gun so he can shut it down.
Lucky will open the door and lean in and be like, "Please stop. Let's just talk about this." 9 and 10 follow quickly as he pulls the door back and he goes, "That was 11. And, he says, "I know what a cult sounds like. That was 11. And he opens the door and 11 goes off.
Oh.
She's got 2 dice. She's defaulting. No successes.
Oh.
He steps in, the bullet hole goes right next to his head. "Oh, that was 11, he says out loud. So he opens the door after the 11th shot, and he says, "Oh, it's the 11th shot. Sexy pants, listen, I don't know what's going on, but it's okay. I'm here. I can help you with your mom." And she yells back, "You couldn't even fragging get off alcohol or drugs or even have one woman in life. How are you going to help me with my mother?" And then he goes, "Angel Pie, but I love you. You're my wife." She goes, "Don't you dare use that kind of language with me." And he calls her stuff from Ducky and Baby Girl, and she uses...
She started throwing her shoes yet?
Oh, yeah, shoes, furniture, books, things of semi-value in the apartment, flipping the coffee table for no reason. John, what does Odysseus want to do? She's trying at this point in time to figure out how to unload the clip. And Lucky has just walked over to her like it's not a big deal. She's trying to figure out the release button.
Do I see where the spare clip is?
It's now, because of the tossing of couch cushions and whatnot, it's laying on the floor about a good 4 feet away from the 2 lovebirds who are engaged in their New Jersey-style mating ritual.
Yeah, I'm just gonna nonchalantly meander over and pick it up and slip it in one of my jacket pockets.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna get in the middle of it. It's not my mating ritual.
Right. He's trying to be soft and coy and try to calm her down with using loving names like Sweet Cheeks and Snookums, and she responds back with vile and 4-letter words and talks of mistresses and drug abuse and alcohol. The sounds echo into the hallway. I'm pretty sure this is no longer a safe house.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna close the door.
Okay. She yells at you, "Why did you bring him here? You know I didn't want to see him." And he will respond with, "He's doing what's good for you because your mother is not someone you just want to... She's never going to give up." Do you want to jump in?
No, that's a good answer. That's a good answer.
He will say the following phrase that just sets the death spiral of the conversation. He says, we'll say, "Sugar Pie, after I heard that you died, I was so lost." She will respond with, "So lost that you decided to take all your money and run to Florida? That's not very lost. From what I understand, you went down there chasing hookers and boozing up, gambling away all your money." And he will say, "No, it's not like that. You don't understand. I wasn't chasing after anybody." And of course, that's where she will respond with, "Oh yeah, you've already had your fill chasing all these other women. What was her name? The one I got killed?" He will "No, it's nothing like that."
He doesn't catch that.
Yeah. He's like, no, what? Yeah, no, yeah, he doesn't catch it. It's definitely oblivious. Man, it's going to take a long time to kind of cycle through the whole yes and no's. She drags up the past of his abuse of alcohol, drugs, other women, including the fact that he's been seeing a woman on the side for years now. That he's lied and said that it is a therapist.
Oh, God, no.
She would say therapist because, yeah, she's going to say therapist. She doesn't know the difference.
Exactly.
A therapist, and of course, Lucky spouts out, Sonny is my therapist. And then points at the mook in the room and says, you tell anybody, I'll find a 6-foot hole for you.
Oh, wait. And then when Lucky says that to that guy, I'll give him a big shit-eating grin. Because I would probably be the one that he wanted to put him in the hole.
Nice. That's worth a temporary edge right there. That's good. Nice step in. She will attack him back by saying, oh, that's so important. You have a therapist. Someone you can talk to. Right. Lucky, you don't need anyone to talk to. You need to talk to me and stop screwing that woman. And he will retaliate. You can see this is actually a sensitive spot. He goes, there's nothing like that between me and Sonny. She's a good friend. She's my therapist. You don't understand the things that go on in my head. I can't fight these feelings, and she's there for me to give me what I need so that I stay straight and run the family like it's supposed to. That's why I stuck with you, because she gave me the way to be able to stick with you. But it's hard. It's hard on me, and it's hard to get through this. And now that you're back, I can do it. I don't have to go out drinking every night. I can make it. With you, I can survive a little bit better. Baby cakes, I need you in my life. And you can see the fire in her attitude starts to quell at that. Maybe it was baby cakes. Maybe it was something. And she will go, oh, Ducky, but you gotta stop fucking your therapist. I'm not. I swear. I swear on my mother's grave. I never touched that. It's not like that. She needed me one time. I helped put her up. I needed her. She helped me. It's a mutual relationship of business only. And at this point, they're starting to have like a warming embrace. After yelling and screaming and throwing shit and shooting at each other, they're now close enough that it looks like they're about to start to kiss.
Good, because I didn't want to jump in the middle of it and get caught in some kind of crazy Jersey crossfire.
So, as it looks like they're getting to a warm embrace, and she looks into his eyes and says, oh, Ducky, it doesn't matter. I got a new man. And at that point, Lucky will kind of like open his arms. She'll step back and then slap him. She's not very strong, but the slap is definitely felt. And then she stands there with a regal honor of a woman who has regained her stance and life in this argument. And then she's staring in the direction of Odysseus. Lucky will look to her and then look to you, lost, like a puppy.
Let's see. How can I spin to that temporary edge?
I don't know what the fuck she's talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh gosh. Let's see. Negotiations. No, that's not gonna work. Intimidate. I don't think that's gonna work. Gymnastics. No.
Con. If you want to lie, it's a con.
Yeah. No, I don't want to lie because I'm not a lying person. in general.
So, what would be the truth?
Well, the truth would be, sorry, it was just those 2 times. I ain't your man, girlfriend. Yeah, so I'll, while, there's the lull in the, conversation, the mating ritual, and now the attention's diverted to me, I'll be like, I think it's time for us to focus on the problem at hand, which is dealing with Jess's mother. That's the immediate threat here. That's the problem that we all have in common. I think we should focus our attentions on that.
She will saunter past the destroyed coffee table. It's not destroyed, it's just been flipped over. And she will stand next to you, looks toward Lucky, and says, "We can handle my mother without you."
No, we can't. That's exactly. I'll say that immediately after.
Lucky will walk over and grab her by the hand. And I need another name. Hang on. The one that's just as derogatory as possible. Ooh, I like this one. He walks over and grabs her by the hand, goes, "Angel Pie, your mother is a terrible person. You can't do this alone." She pulls her hand back and says, "I'm not alone. I'm with Odysseus, and I have been with Odysseus." And she says, "been with Odysseus," in such an inflection.
I'm going to take a step away from Jess.
Okay.
To remove myself physically from... There's no connection here. I'm afraid you might have misconstrued what has happened. You're not with me, but I'm trying to help you solve this problem, and we need Lucky's help.
Lucky will look at the situation, and his eyes will bounce between the two of you. You can definitely see that the gears go click, 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 and they spin over, and he realizes, and he will look to Jess and say, "Listen, Pickle, I'm just going to lay it to you straight. Your mom's never going to give up. She's going to try until you're gone. Odysseus is right. Even if it was just me helping you, I would still need Odysseus's help. I would still need Sonny's help. We need professionals. I can't do this without him, and he can't do this without me." And at that point, Lucky will step next to you and look at you at a level man-to-man, and you can see he's got a very serious demeanor, and he says, "I need this man's help if I'm going to take on your mom. Okay, Ducky?" And she, at this point, she collapses. She realizes that she is not with one or the other. Her game that she's playing in her head isn't working. And it's going to fall apart very quickly because she realizes everyone's against her to help her. And she's like, and so she's like, "Okay, Puddin'." And that's it. Lucky turns to look at you and he says, "I really appreciate everything you've done for me." And then out of nowhere, sucker punch to the mid-gut. Boom! That arm brace that he wears that allows him to pull the gun out is around his knuckles at all times, so it's a solid blow. And he goes, "I'm sorry, you did fuck my wife, so you had that coming."
I'm gonna...
At least 3 points of stun.
So, as I take the blow, and he says that, and I'm kind of like crunched over a little bit, I'm gonna tap him on the shoulder, like just acknowledging that I deserved it.
Okay.
I was thinking he was going to follow it up with and then just like lay him out. That would be hilarious.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's going to lay Odysseus out. I think, the whole...
The one gut punch.
The one gut punch should be, he even pulled his punch. I just said 3 points of damage, and, I didn't actually push for more, because he has a strength of 6. The knuckles give another 2. I'm sure I could probably pull out at least 8 to 12 points of stun damage if I rolled really well, and, so it would be physical damage.
Oh my gosh, he's got a strength of 6?
He's got a strength of 6. He hits the gym, the booze, the drugs, but he doesn't hit women.
So, since I'm thinking of boosting my strength here in my off time, I'm just gonna join Lucky's gym.
Yeah.
It works for him, obviously.
Yep. His low stats are his logic. He has I think a 3 in it. Or 2. I think it's 2.
And willpower.
And his willpower. His willpower is a 2. Mages will cast spells on him before they're finished. He's like, yep, that worked on me. All right. The situation is going to dissolve. The room is trashed. Lucky's going to clean off a section of couch. Ask her to sit down. Start talking things out. We've entered into civil mode. What do you want to do?
I'm going to go to the kitchen. Or is there like an area that's like designated kind of bar area? I'm looking for some booze that I can pour into glasses.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, good. Yeah, I'm just going to pour a drink for everybody. Even Smiles McGee.
All right. Not a problem.
Yep. And then I'll take the chair that's like not attached to where Lucky and Jess are sitting.
Okay. The end results are Lucky is convincing Jessica to come with him to a place other than their old house, a safe house in which they can be secure and make their next move. And then he will hire some of the best people to figure out what to do about her mom.
Cool. I'm going to make sure that Sunny has my contact info so that he can get in touch with me, because I want to be a part of taking down Jess's mom's job.
Okay.
Yeah. Just because now that I have confirmation she's connected to the Tong, I feel like that's just one more kind of in for me to hit them.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Okay. Yeah. Within about 20 minutes of talking, he gives... You can now write Lucky's contact down on your sheet.
All right. What stats should I put in there?
Dude, his loyalty to you is pretty sweet. It's probably like a loyalty of 4, and his connectivity is definitely a 5. But he counts as 2 things: a fixer and a mafia boss.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. He also counts as a gun runner and a drug smuggler.
Yeah.
We can't forget those other 2. Drug running, gun smuggling, mafia boss, fixer.
All right. Well, I'm going to put down Mafia Box and Fixer. And yeah, because my boxes have limited space.
All right, fair enough. But you can get guns from him.
Yeah. Well, obviously I got Olga from him.
Oh yeah.
So Lucky's going to take Jess off my hands.
Yes.
Good, because this was, while it wasn't unaffordable, it was an expensive safe house for my low income.
All right.
So, how do I cancel my need for the safe house? Do I just turn the keys back in?
That wasn't discussed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man.
Yep. You need to get a hold of Sunny.
All right. Well, yeah. So I'll give Sunny a call after Sunny takes Jess and
Sunny isn't taking
out of here.
Sunny isn't taking Jess anywhere.
What?
Sunny isn't taking Jess anywhere. That's the second time you called Lucky Sunny.
Oh gosh, Lucky. Sorry. What do you mean, Sunny's not taking Jess? Yeah, Sunny should never meet Jess, is what I mean to say.
All right.
Yeah.
By the way, just to kind of see how everything ends up, I rolled to kind of get an idea how the encounter comes to an end. And on the way out, Jessica will blow you a kiss.
Oh, no. Okay.
Yes. It doesn't end here, man. All right. So you call Sunny?
Yes. It's,
It rings a couple times.
okay.
And he goes, "We're sorry. You have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service. If you feel you've reached this recording in error, please check the number and try to call again."
I'm gonna check the number and try again.
Couple rings. We're sorry. You have reached a number that is disconnected or no longer in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check the number and try calling again.
See, Alan and Zoe got a thank you at the end of theirs.
I didn't see. I couldn't find the message, so I couldn't record it.
No, it's okay. That's funny. Oh, man. Because, I always get called last, so I don't expect a thank you.
Thanks for listening to the original Box Set Shadowrun podcast. Our runners will pick up where we left off next week. In the meantime, you can connect with us via Facebook or YouTube to check out actual play videos of the original box set playing Shadowrun and other tabletop RPGs. You can also swing by our website at originalboxset.com and check out our gaming calendar, additional information about our games, and images that inspire our worlds and characters. And if you're enjoying our work, please consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/originalboxset so that we can continue to bring you this podcast as well as other great actual plays and entertainment. Today's featured music is titled Epic Song from Alpha Brutal, and trust me, the whole song is pretty epic, so check it out. We'll catch you next week, chummers. And now for all this legal dreck. Original Box Set is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial 4.0 International License. You can share us, but please give us credit. The Topps Company Inc. has sole ownership over the names, logo, artwork, marks, photographs, sounds, audio, video, and or any proprietary material used in connection with the game Shadowrun. The Topps Company Inc. has granted permission to Original Box Set, that's us, to use such names, logos, artwork, marks, and or any proprietary materials for promotional and informational purposes on its website, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with Original Box Set in any official capacity whatsoever. Oh my goodness, that's so much. Okay, bye.